So here, when we do this, one option is you can directly click on Excel workbook from here, or you can go get data and there is an Excel workbook here, or under more also you have options to import it like all you have, or you can say file, you get Excel workbook. You can use any one of them, not an issue. Same thing you will get. So here I have got a file which is M01 file, which is already there in our classroom. Okay, you can download it from there.
Okay.
And you can use that file. So let's say I want to use this. This M01 file is there, which I am going to open. So this file has a lot of data. Okay, it has data about, you can say employee, or you can say about different employee, department, gender, salary, location, and so on.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose that and I'm going to do some data cleaning activity on this.
Okay.
So first I'm going to check the header row. So this header is fine. There's no issue with it. Correct?
Yeah.
Next, if you look at the location, the entire location is given in one cell.
Yeah.
Right? So here, first thing that you might need to do is, I want to get the country so that you can do some amount of filtering later on by country. If you want to look at country or you want to look at by state and so on. Now, when I'm doing that separation, option here is, I will click on this row. I always recommend initially make a duplicate column.
Okay. So if anything goes wrong, you can always...
Exactly. You can delete it and you won't lose anything here.
Okay.
We can go to this add column. And here also you have duplicate column option. So either way, either by right clicking or by clicking on this duplicate column, you get a duplicate column. Now, from here, I want to add a new column for country.
Okay.
So here there is an option of custom column, or there is an option of column from examples. So I'll choose column from examples. Why? I'll show you in a few minutes. Column from example means you can write a text.
Okay.
And Power BI will predict that for you from the data set. For example, you can see all this USA is there. So it is giving you certain suggestions here. Okay. You can pick from these suggestions also, or you can directly type by hand. Just USA and press enter. All the rows that have USA in them will be displayed here.
Okay.
It has left out, if you see, NZ, which is New Zealand. So now if I come to New Zealand, I'll just double click here and type out New Zealand. See, all these New Zealands have got filled up, but there is one extra ELS has come.
1 second. What he was saying that all filled up, correct? Didn't see them.
Sorry?
Yeah, when you selected USA, you said all the cells with USA have showed up.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. But
Then,
it's not loaded yet, right?
yeah, in this column, you can see this custom column.
Yeah.
Now it is showing NZ.
Yeah.
Then if I click on this, wherever there is a mismatch, I'll click on USA.
Okay.
Now I will scroll through and just check whether everything is fine or not.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now this is one way of doing the custom column.
Preparation.
Yes. So I say okay, and my column gets created. I want to rename it. I'll go here and say country. So my country column has been created. What other way I could have done? I could have taken 3 characters from the right hand side, from the end.
Yeah.
That is also another option. So I can click here. I can go to extract, text before, text number, length, first character, last characters. I can say last 3 characters. This is one way. Now see, let's see if everything is matching up or not. USA is fine. But New Zealand, if you see, there is one extra space here.
Yeah.
So we'll have to remove that extra space. All the New Zealand ones have extra space in them. So what can you do here? You can click on this. There is an option to trim. Under transformation, there is an option called trim. Trim is to remove extra spaces. Where will you get it? If you click on this format, there is an option for trim.
Okay.
It will remove extra spaces. See this, there was an extra space before N. This is now gone.
Okay.
This one works good when you have limited number of rows. Suppose you have 10,000 rows or you have different countries. It may not be possible to update all the countries manually. If it is 1 or 2, it's okay, feasible. Maximum 5, 6, 10. But beyond that, it becomes cumbersome. So in that case, this might be another option.
Okay.
So what did I do in this case? I'll show you again. I clicked on location copy, our copied cell. Then I did an extract. Extract how many characters? Last characters. So I said, what are the last characters? Last 3 characters.
Yeah.
And I say, okay.
Delete.
Yes. And then
Okay.
if I want to see this extra space is there,
Hmm.
which is not here in this case because I am doing a trim. So I'll do a trim on this and this extra space goes away. Yes, you were saying something.
Yeah, and then also the column already has USA. So is there any way that I can extract that USA from that column and then make other column?
You want to extract USA from here?
Yes, because then there is a column with countries, and then in the address also there is USA. So if I want to change that, so I will replace value or
Yeah. See, the reason why I can't use this USA is if I want to do a filter, New Zealand, I can easily get the people in New Zealand.
okay,
If it is on a separate country.
okay,
But if I come here, I can't do only New Zealand.
yeah, okay, got it.
That's why I need to extract that country separately.
Okay,
Got it?
yeah.
So, like I said, it all depends on what kind of functionality you need.
Mhm.
Now tell me, how will I get, let's say, state?
That is there, WA and
But how will I get it on a separate column?
same, same like custom column from examples. You can see.
Okay. Add column, column from examples, then
Then there is okay. Um, then we'll find out the common states. Can you do that? Okay. Yeah.
here you see what it tried to predict was it found something common in them and
Yeah.
then it did the same thing for others.
Yeah.
Like here, it has brought in Wellington, NZ. It has also brought in Los Angeles, CA, comma, USA.
Mm-hmm.
So here it has included the city, state, country.
Yeah.
Whereas here it has included state and country.
Yes.
Got it? So now if I want just Wellington here, I can remove this and keep it like this. So all the other places which had NZ in them is gone. I just have Wellington here. But my Los Angeles, this CA is gone. So I'll again type here. Now see, this becomes CA California. So this becomes my state.
Mm-hmm. So we need to check it ourselves that what are the common words. Then we need to
Exactly.
text between delimited that.
Yes. So there are different options. Either you do it by example, text between delimiters, or so many number of characters, whatever addresses most number of rows in your data set.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now, this was one of the ways you do data cleanup. There are other ways also in which we do data cleanup. I'll show them to you one by one. For example, we have date here, start date. Let's again make a copy of this, duplicate the column. Now from here, I want the name of the month. That means I don't want just 03. If I do an extract from here, I will get extract between dashes will fetch me 03. But I don't want 03. I want March. I want May.
Okay.
In that case, I will click on this. And there is date here. There is month here.
Okay.
If I do only month, it will fetch me the number.
Okay.
But if I do name of month here, there is under month, there is an option name of month. It will show me March, May, August, May, July, so. Then I right click or I go back to date, month, there is start of month. That means first of the month of the year 2020, 1st of March 2020, 1st of May 2019.
Okay. Okay.
Then I right click on this. I have on date, there is another one called end of month. That means it will show me the last day of the month. If it is 31 days, it will show me 31st. If it is April, 30th. Or November, then it is 30th.
Okay.
Then if I do date, month, days in a month, how many days are there in that month? You can get 31, 30, 29, 30, depending on which month you are looking at. April is 30, November is 30. Rest are 31 here. Okay. Then let's again go back to the copy date, copy and month. We have seen all the functions here. Then let's look at year. When you say year, you just click on year, it will fetch you 2020, 2019, 2021, so far. Then if you... Yeah.
I have a question. We are making such a duplicate columns. So it will stay there?
Yes, it will be in the table. It will be in the table.
So later we can delete it or do no need to delete it?
Actually, why do we do this kind of activities? Because subsequently you might need to do calculations. Suppose you want to do average salary per day.
Yeah.
You will need to know how many days are there.
Yeah.
So you have the salary in this column here, but you need how many days?
Yeah.
Here you have the salary and here you have his start date.
Yeah.
Now he has joined on 24th of May. So that means till 31st is there for 7 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to pay him 7 days of salary. How will you derive that?
Okay. So that's why we need the number of days.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. So everything that we do later on, you will find that there might be some reason, some rhyme, but I'm just showing you the features right now so that subsequently you may think that, okay, this is the way we can do it. Lot of times we don't know offhand what to do, right? As we progress with the data, as the requirements come from the customer, we do this.
Okay.
So now I got the year from here. Now from the date, I can also get, if you look at the year column, I can get start of year. That means the first of the year. Then I can get for last date of the year. End of year. 31st. Then I also get year quarter. So which quarter does this fall under? First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, depend on your requirement.
So it automatically calculate up to March
Yes.
quarter.
Yes. Yes. Quarter of year, start of the quarter. When does it start? 1st January. This is 1st April. This is 1st of July.
Okay.
Often you need this when you do any sales or reporting or financial closing.
Yeah.
Start date, copy, date, quarter, end of quarter. So you have start of quarter, you have end of quarter.
And end of. Yeah.
Quarter, week. So you have week of year. So this particular date is on which week?
Okay.
So if you look at the date, it is 4th of March.
Yeah.
So tentatively, if I say 4 weeks in January, 4 weeks in February, 8th, 9th, 10th week. So you will see here, the week number is 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the week of year. Then we have start date, week of month. So which week of the month? First of the month or fourth week of the month, third week of the month, like that. Then we click on this date, week of month, start of week. When does this week start? On this date itself, you can do end of week. So you will get which is the ending date of this week.
Okay. Start of week and end of week.
Correct.
Okay.
Then same thing you have with day. So this is which day of the week? This is the 7th day of the week. Now you might want to know what is the name of that day. So you can say day of week. This is of the week. And if you want this, let's say day. You have name of day here.
Okay.
So name means it will get you Saturday or Tuesday or Monday or Sunday, like that.
Yeah.
Now, all of this is end of the week. That's why all of them are Saturdays, because it is end of the week I have taken.
Yeah, got it. You selected in end of week, so everything will
Exactly. So we often have to keep these things in mind, that what am I selecting?
Yeah.
So instead of that day, if I look at this date, I'll get variations here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll get date and I will say day and I will say name of day. Now see, I get Friday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, depending on whatever day that particular date was. Then what are the functions? Day. You can subtract days, combine date and time. You can get the earliest.
Now, 1 second. Subtract days means?
Subtract days means, suppose you have, let's say, one particular date and you want to subtract the days. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say start of week and end of week. Okay. And then I click on this and I say subtract days. So it will tell me how many days between those two dates.
Okay. Then that means for this I have to select two columns.
Columns, two date columns, and it will show you
And you
the
can subtract
difference.
it.
Correct. Similarly, what are the days? Combine date and time. So if you have a date column and a time column which are separate, you can combine them.
Okay.
Then between two dates, start of week and end of week. Start of week and end of week, I want to check which is the earliest. Out of these two dates, which one is the earliest of them?
Start of week and end of week.
Yes. Obviously,
Obviously,
start of week is going to be earliest. So it
Yeah.
needs basically two dates.
Okay.
So this was a random date, but sometimes what happens, you might have to check individual dates.
Yeah.
Okay. So this way you can do date related functions. Then let me show you some text related functions that you can do here, which we call as formatting. For example, we have the name here. I go to transform. There is an option for format.
Okay.
You can see this format here right at the top.
Yeah.
I click on format. First option is lowercase. So everything will become lowercase.
Yeah.
I click format. Everything will become uppercase.
Okay.
I click format. And then you can capitalize each word. That means first letter will be capital, rest of it small. Trim we know, cleaning we know. Any non-printable characters you can clean from here. Sometimes what happens, you get things like, if you are working with foreign languages and all, you get strange characters there. Like a diamond shape, or like a star, or like a question mark. So those are non-printable ones. Then you click on clean, you can just remove them. You can also add prefix here. Prefix is, it will add whatever you say as a prefix.
Okay.
But there is a problem with this way. Can you see what is the problem?
Yeah. It adds a mistake to the female as well.
Exactly. So this is not the right way to do it. What is the right way? We should check the gender and then do it. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Based on the gender, I should do it. Okay. I'll come to that in a minute. Let me just finish the formatting. At suffix is at the end. So a lot of places they have like, Esquire, or, something at the end they want to put. So you can put everybody's at the end. Now I'll remove these two. Now I will show you how we can add what we call as a conditional column. Conditional column means it is dependent on a particular value.
Yeah.
So when I go to this add column here, you will find there is an conditional column.
Yes.
So what is that conditional column? Conditional column means I can add a new column called prefix or title if gender equals to male or female, depending on whichever value I want to give first, then output is, let's say, miss. Else. So there are only two, or I can have a male and then I can say the third gender also if required. Then I can say, I can add else if gender equals to male, then I will say Mr. Else, I will say not specified. Something like this. Or I can leave it as blank also.
So if we leave it, okay.
Now let's see what it does. I'll say okay and see it has added a title here.
Mhm.
See here, there is one blank.
Because gender is not specified there.
Yes. So it comes out as null.
Okay. So we need to remove the null as well.
Yes. Either this or what I can do here is, this is something that I generated. The objective is to append it with my person's name here.
Yes, absolutely.
So what I can do, I can combine these two now. How can I combine? Again, I will go to column, add column, and I can say custom column.
Okay.
Here I am going to add two columns. One is title, put ampersand, and put a space here included within double inverted comma, and then add the person's name to it. And I will say,
Custom.
yes, custom column. Then I did title, ampersand,
Something else is
double inverted comma within space, because I want to give a space between the title and the name. And I say, okay. Now see how the name has come. Wherever there is a lady there, it has come as mess.
Can you show me again?
Yeah,
Because
sure. So in this, what I'm doing, I'm combining two columns. So how do I combine those two columns? I go to custom column. In the custom column, I say I'm calling it something else, as I have already given full name, complete name. So what do I want? I first want title, and I want name. Now, if I do these two, system will get me this output error.
okay.
Why? These two, it is not able to directly do it. Instead, what I have to do, I'll create custom column. I will say complete name. I will go to title. Here I will append it. And say name. So I'm just combining these two columns. That's all. And say, okay, this is the concept of our Excel. Right? So we added these two columns. But if you notice here, there is no space after Mr. Dot. There is no space for Mr. Dot. So it has come right on top of each other. It would be good if we have some space like these ones. There is a space. Either I put a space here, or when I was defining this title itself, I can put a space here.
Yeah.
Either way. Now, if I want to make any changes, I can remove this column I will go back to custom column, say complete name again. Then I am adding this title, ampersand with a space. And
Okay.
I am adding, combining these two columns.
And then again name. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is how we can add additional columns, conditional columns, and columns based on certain formulas or based on examples. Once you're done with this changes, you can close this. How will we close it? We go to home, we say close and
Yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
So now once the data gets loaded, if I click on the data here, I will see all the columns that I added. Can you see them here?
Okay.
All the columns are over here.
Okay.
Full name, complete name. And if
Okay.
I want to look at the data on the left-hand side, I have the table view. So I can click on this and I can see the data. All that data will be visible here. Now, at any point of time, you might have to revisit this again.
Okay.
So when you revisit it, all you have to do is over here, right in the middle, you can see transform data
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yes.
So I click on this transform data and I go back to my Power Query editor. Okay.
Mhm.
And I close and apply and I come back. Now,
So
yes, go ahead.
whenever we want to go to Power Query editor, we'll just transform data.
Yes, yes. If you notice here, sometimes what happens, after you do something, you realize either that or you do it step by step. You say that, okay, let me first fix the text. Then let me fix the date. Then let me fix one by one, one column at a time. That also is an approach that people take. It's not that you will remember to do everything at once or you have to do everything at once. You can do it step by step. Some people are very methodical. They will go one column at a time. Okay. And some others may want to go multiple times. They might want to do everything at once. It depends. Let's look at this department column next. If you see here, some values are null here. If you scroll down, you will find many columns are there which are null. How to know which easiest way? Click on this. You have a filter. You just click on null and you will get all the null values. So many are there, right? We were looking at it. Now, one option that you have is you can replace it. You can remove null. But what will you replace it with? Typically, what happens? This data comes to the IT person. IT person will look at the data. He will find, oh my God, so many departments are missing. But IT person is not the person to do the corrections. He doesn't know where or in which department do each of them work in.
Okay.
So the best thing for him to do is take an extract from here, give it to HR and tell them, hey, go and change it.
Okay.
Isn't it? So HR or whoever is in charge of this particular data, they will be the right person to do it.
Okay.
Now, one way that we can do this kind of easy extract is either we pull it out by null or we can go to transform data. Here department is there. I can say replace values, replace null with no department or missing department, something like that, which is explanatory. See here, no department entered.
And the null is there.
Null is there in gender. So here also we can do this. We can replace the values. We can say null, replace with no or missing gender value. Something like this, which gives much more explanatory value to the whoever is reading this. Now, if I want to do a quick filter on gender, it is easy for me to do missing gender value. I say okay, and I get everything here. Now, one way in which you can, suppose you have this missing gender, you will say, I only have this much. So one way you can do here is you can select everything here. Okay, you can copy it and you can put it in Excel.
Can you do it again? I didn't get it.
You can select all the columns. Okay.
By how?
One option is you can try and see if the shortcut works. Okay. Different machines have different shortcuts, or you can click on this. If you see here this corner, click on the corner side. Okay. Like in Excel, you have this, or here you have an option called copy entire table.
Okay.
So you can copy the entire table. Go to Excel. And paste it in Excel. Now I go to the blank workbook. So I go to Excel, open up a blank workbook. Paste it. See, only the missing gender values have come. Only 43 rows. Rest of it has not come because we filtered it.
Okay.
So maybe you want separate files or you want the entire data. If you want the entire data, just clear out everything, clear the filter, and then come here and you can say copy entire table.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another option, like in Excel, we have a control A. Now,
Okay.
control A, mind you, does not always work here. It's not that it will not work, but sometimes it does not work. So I showed you both the options. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so we did a filtering, we did this gender changes, we did the department, no data found and things like that. And let's keep a note of people for whom there is no gender given.
Okay.
For example, I have Elisa Wankling, no gender value, and department also. Let us see if there is anyone missing in this data set only. So I have no department, one value, two values here. Okay. So what I'm going to do in my original data that I have, which is that M01 file, I'll open that file.
Okay.
M01. I look for Elisa Winkling. What was the exact spelling? Wankling. Elisa Wankling. Okay. Now we can see the gender is missing. I'll fill this up. I'll say female. Amelita Balzer, I'll say female. Just two values, a couple of more values. Anjanet, say female. Angela, female. Four values. Let me do one more. Barnaby, Fawn. Female. So five values I changed. What are the five values? From here, if I look at my list, Alisa, Amleta, and which was that other one? Alisa, Wangling. Barnaby. Barnaby also, I think I changed, right?
Yeah.
Angela, Anjanetta. So let me just verify this before I do anything else. So first five, right?
Yeah.
So I had Wankling, Elisa Wankling, Amaleta. Then we had
Anjanata Nichita.
Anjanet Ferry. Okay. Then Angela Spancock. All these are the ones that we did. And we did Barnaby also. Okay. So this one I'm now going to save here on my original data that I had.
Okay.
So I saved it. Now what I'm going to do, since I've updated it, my data set will now be having the updated data.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, typical scenario, what happens? Every week or every month, we get fresh data.
Yeah.
Now, in that case, what will I do? I'll have to redo all this.
Yeah. So
right?
you can save the,
Yes.
you make changes to the original file and load it again.
You have to, if you load it again, what will happen? All the changes that you did, that will go for a toss.
Okay.
So here, all that you have to do is, you can come here and you have, once you load this file, like you have the table, you have all this, okay, you have an option to refresh. You see this refresh here?
Okay.
All you have to do is refresh that data.
Okay.
And then you will find, if you go to the data view, It is loading it, but why is it not showing? Here also you have the option to edit. Let's say I do edit query. Now see my data has come here. Okay. And if I scroll down, first person I had was Wankling.
A1.
See now Alisa has become, the data has got refreshed to female without me having to do a fresh change. Amleta female. These are the changes we did in this Amleta, Angeneta, Angela. So if I go down, Angela, Angeneta, see the data got updated. Are you following this?
Yeah, I got it. If you means make any changes to the original file,
Yes.
and then let available to refresh it,
Yes.
then the change will be visible.
Correct. You don't need to redo those steps again.
Then, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So all you have to do is refresh it, refresh the data or go to data transformation. And from there you can say close and apply. And then you will be able to see whole of the data here, which is refreshed. Okay. So this data is there. I can say close and apply. Somehow this is not getting refreshed here, but it's happening behind the scene. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is about the data cleaning part of it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to try something now or you want to try something later?
No, I will try something to
Okay.
myself.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll just
Repeat.
repeat the steps that I did. One is that file that is downloaded, know the directory where it is downloaded. Then go to the Power BI desktop and you can say home, get data. From here you can get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can do the Excel workbook. Now,
Yeah.
yes. Now from Excel also, you can do the same thing if required. You can come here and you can say data, and you can say get data from file from Excel workbook. Once you do this from Excel workbook, then the Power Query editor will open up and you can do all your editing in Power Query. Same way like you did in Power BI.
Same mistake. What?
What I'm saying is, if you want to do it from Excel also, it is possible to do it. So you can go to data tab. From here you have get data and then you can connect and update.
Okay. Okay. So if we say get data, then we'll get the data we saved in Power BI.
Exactly. No, yes. Actually, what happens, it will not go into Power BI. It will be, you can, let's say you can, suppose you make the changes. Okay. After making the changes, you do all the data transformation. Once you click on transform data, like we did, added a column, added a row, added all those things we did. After doing that, if you want to close and load, system will load that data into Excel after cleanup.
Oh, so it's a vice versa process. First, if we change in the Excel file, and then if we refresh in Power BI, so it will change. Yes. And if we do close and apply, then it will change the original file in Excel. That's what you are saying?
Yes. But remember, whatever you're doing in Power BI, that is in a different file. That is not in Excel. So in Power BI, what happens when you have this, whatever you have done, you can save that file. When you do save as, you can save it as in this folder that goes as a PBIX file.
Yes, yes.
And this file name, if you give, let's say ABC, it will save as .pbix.
Yeah.
And then you save it. So the data that you are transforming does not get into Excel from Power BI. Remember that. It remains in a separate file, which is PBIX. Even if you do the transformation from Excel, still that will get created in a separate file.
Okay.
If you want to do the changes in that original file, then you have to overwrite that file. So in Excel, suppose after doing the data clean, you get it in this format, then you have to do file, save as, browse, and then download, and then you can save it on top of this.
Okay. Okay.
And from here also, suppose you have made some changes, you can come here. There is a section called queries and connections. You can right click and then do a refresh. Or you can click here and do a refresh.
So what is that, Chief?
Yeah. Or you can click on this refresh here.
Yeah, so that will change the Excel file, right?
Excel file. Any changes that you have incorporated in your source file, that will get updated.
In Excel. Or then will we have to refresh it in Power BI?
Yes. Actually, when you do this refresh, if it behind the scene, it refreshes it in Power Query.
Okay.